Every culture has its cosmic prankster. Not the birthday clown, the arsonist who burns down the circus then sells you the tickets. Loki, Coyote, Anansi, Hermes, Arnold. Different masks, same face underneath. Jung called it the trickster archetype, humanity's collective need to shatter its own delusions. But the trickster doesn't exist in myths. Myths exist to explain the trickster. The perfect hunting ground is where the prey comes willingly, offers its throat, thanks you for slitting it. As gym boss, Arnold didn't just have a front row seat to human weakness, he sold the fucking tickets. His pranks were psychological napalm with a laugh track. Every joke, a bullet with someone else's name on it. And not the kind of laughter that brings people together, the kind that separates men into categories. Those who get cut, and those who help sharpen the blade. When Arnold laughed, he wasn't being friendly. He was sorting you, classifying you, creating hierarchies where none existed before. Not a brick added to his ego, but one removed from yours. A mountaineer walks in wanting membership, eyes full of that eager puppy shit that predators could smell from miles away. First a test, Arnold says. Climb out that window, down to the street. Fingers white-knuckling concrete, dignity slipping faster than his grip. The room watching Mr. Eager membership scale down the facade like a reverse Sisyphus, devolving back to ape form in real time. Real power works when the victim does all the heavy lifting. Here's how you identify a true believer. Tell them to swallow poison and they'll thank you for the opportunity to choke for your amusement. In Arnold's recipe for domination, cruelty wasn't the seasoning. It's the main fucking ingredient. Arnold once said he'd eat dog shit if it added an inch to his arms. The punchline is what he made others eat. Sugar cube kids first, notebook in hand, eyes that say, teach me. Arnold says, 1 cube daily, work up to 30. The kid nods, writes it down, never asks why, never connects the dots. By week 3, he's bouncing off walls, pancreas sending SOS signals, insulin flooding his system like the band playing while the Titanic sinks. The ice cream apostle follows, 2 pounds daily spooned in like medicine. Pure bullshit, delivered with such conviction the kid's buying extra freezer space for his miracle supplement. When confronted, Arnold shrugs, calls them stupid, says he'd never be like them. As if stupidity's a fashion choice and not a diagnosis. Arnold found these fuckers beneath contempt. Not because they were weak, but because they were uncreative in their weakness. But with Power Mike, Arnold's sadism reaches peak art form. Mike's not just a victim, he's a volunteer, a narcissist seeking an edge. Arnold recognizes the raw material of perfect humiliation. In America, Arnold explains, the new technique is to scream when you pose. The scream channels energy to the muscles being flexed. Mike's eyes widen, not with skepticism, with opportunity. For weeks, the shower room echoes with primal bellows. Other gym goers exchange glances. Nobody warns him. The conspiracy of cruelty expands by silent agreement. Mr. Munich arrives. Mike steps on stage, strikes his first pose, releasing a banshee wail that freezes the audience. The judges look up sharply. His second pose, another scream. Third pose, security arrives. Mike's dreams dragged off stage with his body. Years later in Pumping Iron, Arnold recounts this story through torrents of laughter.
And obviously people weren't ready for that at all, so he went out there, he screamed loud, went through 3 or 4 poses with some loud screaming, and they carried him off the stage and threw him out. They thought the guy was totally nuts.
The camera captures something his words don't. That genuine joy of remembering psychological devastation inflicted for sport. Not the prank itself, but the breaking of another human's aspirations. This is how legends sustain themselves, by converting others' humiliation into their personal mythology, feeding on it like psychic vampirism, drawing strength from the very spirits they've crushed. The hard truth about greatness: sometimes it's built on talent, sometimes it's built on work, and sometimes it's built on the carefully arranged ruins of everyone stupid enough to believe in you. There's no day Arnold. There's no night Arnold. There's simply Arnold, the same pathology wearing different lighting. Munich becomes Arnold's playground after dark. The beer halls, the nightclubs, the streets, the women. Restaurants become Arnold's personal buffet. The bill, optional. A concept for lesser mortals who haven't discovered that consequences are just another muscle you can train to ignore. On rowdy evenings after swigging gigantic steins of beer in Munich's beer halls, Arnold would suddenly stand up, raise himself to full height, and then, to the shock of fellow diners, rip off his shirt and flex his muscles. When you can't afford the cover charge, you become the show. They aren't in Munich's clubs to dance. Dancing's for people with something to prove. They're there to conquer and collect. Their pickup strategy isn't seduction, it's shock and awe. Want to fuck? A question delivered with the same casual indifference used to ask for directions. No preamble, no poetry, just the blunt instrument of desire swung like a hammer. Most women recoil, some slap, others, the ones who recognize predatory charisma when it's standing before them, say yes. Want to fuck isn't just tactless, it's tactical. It's a numbers game, a statistics problem, a percentage play. Rejection isn't failure, it's data. Just another set. 14 no's, 2 yeses. Tomorrow we'll go for 15 no's, 3 yeses. Progressive overload applies to everything. By daylight they're lifting weights, by night they're lifting inhibitions. Their own, never others. The competition never ends. Who can press more? Who can fuck more? Who can laugh louder while destroying more social norms? The stage isn't enough. The gym isn't enough. The bedroom isn't enough. Every room that Arnold enters becomes just another theatre of operations in his endless campaign of self-mythology. Mr. Europe Contest 1966. The judges' pens hovering over score sheets like they've forgotten how to write. One of them actually says out loud, "Where did this guy come from?" As if Arnold materialised from some muscle dimension rather than a farm in Austria. When they ask where you come from, you've already won. Their question acknowledges you don't belong in their reality. The crowd doesn't applaud. Applause is appreciation. Clapping is what we do for things we understand. What Arnold receives is acknowledgement of a paradigm shift. The other competitors avoid eye contact out of pure existential terror. They've just seen their ceiling become someone else's floor. Their life's ambition repurposed as someone else's stepping stone. Victory isn't when you win. Victory's when they stop believing they can. The politics emerge. Putzinger withholds Arnold's promised funding. Federation bureaucrats yank his London invitation. Not obstacles, but predictable countermoves in a game they don't realise he's already solved. Reinhard Smolana enters the equation not as saviour, but as tactical resource. His cash helps, but Smolana's grudge against Putzinger is the emotional leverage Arnold can reliably convert. Sometimes the world doesn't change you. You change the fucking world. Munich has given Arnold many things. Size, technique, visibility. But its true gift isn't physical augmentation, it's psychological transmutation. He arrived as ambitious muscle. He's leaving as weaponized will. Arnold graduated a skilled practitioner in Gustav Schwarzenegger's School of Humiliation, equipped with one essential truth. Psychological dominance, properly wielded, was a currency more valuable than mere physical strength. The truth nobody wants in their motivational posters is this: Arnold's greatness was born from damage. His dominance was Gustav's echo. His cruelty was a hand-me-down, the only true thing his father ever gave him. The muscles weren't strength, they were scar tissue, calcified pain, wrapped around bone, a biological monument to everything broken beneath. No amount of mass could insulate him from those childhood wounds. No definition could sharpen the blurry line between victim and perpetrator. We pretend the champions among us chase something noble. They don't. They run from something worse. We celebrate the monster without asking what made it. We admire the armor without asking what it's hiding. Success isn't overcoming. It's finding a way to bleed that people will pay to watch. The Austrian oak never grew from Graz soil. It grew around it, twisted and magnificent, shaped by the very thing it was trying to escape. There is no escape, only transformation of trauma, only the perfect passing of pain from one generation to the next, sculpted into something we can applaud. You don't outrun ghosts by becoming famous. You don't escape your father by becoming a god to others. Maybe power is just what happens when trauma learns to lift weights.